Hello, in this video we're going to go through this example question from your homework. The question is asking you to find the vertex for this relationship. Now remember, there's two general approaches you can take to this. The first one is to find the roots or the x-intercepts and then find the midpoint and substitute that in. That only works if your quadratic happens to factor nicely. In this case it doesn't. You could do this with the quadratic formula and that would work perfectly fine and go through the same process. The other option is to complete the square. That is, change this to vertex form, and then once it's in vertex form, you can read the vertex directly off it. We're going to do that in this video. So to change this to vertex form, the first step is we factor out the a term from the first two terms. So this is going to leave us with this. The next step is we introduce a number such that we have a perfect square. So to get that number, we take a look at the term, the coefficient here, and we come over here and we're going to say that value divided by 2 squared. So negative 8 over 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 squared is 16. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say plus 16 minus 16. And I'm going to leave that plus 76 there. The whole reason we've introduced that plus minus 16 is really so that these three terms can be factored as a perfect square. And so it turns out that x squared minus 8x plus 16 factors to x minus 4 squared. But that still leaves that minus 16 there. And that minus 16 there is there for balance. Pardon me, that's 6 off that. Is there for balance, because if I add 16 to serve a purpose in this question, I also have to subtract it. If I just add a 16, it is now a different question. So what I need to do is I need to account for that. And to do that, I simply expand the brackets. And then minus 5 times 16 is 50, 60, 70, 80, I believe, right? Because 10 times 5 is 50, 5 times 6 is 30, plus 76. And then I simply simplify. And so therefore the vertex is located at positive 4, negative 4. Remember, that's going to be my x component, and this is going to be my y component. Vertex form is in the form y equals ax minus h squared plus k. And the vertex is always h comma k. So one thing you could do with this question if you were interested is you could take this and you could either factor this or apply the quadratic formula to find the x-intercepts, find the midpoint of that is halfway between them, then substitute that back in to calculate the y part of the vertex. I hope that helped.